What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 11, episode 6, Whining and Dining. Bitch, we 6 episodes in already. Okay, it feels like for some reason that the season has just started because it's not that much drama that has been going on so far. But the episode starts off, we see this dude. We see Cynthia in the kitchen fixing some strawberries and everything. And then we see these dudes' feet come down. And I said, Mike Hill finna make an appearance already. I thought he was out there in LA. Then I looked at them legs. I said, them legs look sketchy. And then I heard a voice. I said, oh, bitch, that's Leon. Cynthia and Leon got the best relationship out of everybody on this goddamn show. I don't care what nobody say, whatever. They got the best relationship. They came a long way of how you supposed to co-parent somebody, your kids and all that stuff, and still have respect and cool with one another and all that stuff. But basically, Noelle is about to go to Howard University for the School of Dentistry, and they're just conversing on what they need to do with her. Cynthia let us be known that when it comes to the parenting, Leon is a little bit more stricter. He's a little firmer in his discipline and everything, because she's thinking, well, should she get the apartment because she want to have an apartment? She want to do this, she want to do that. Should she take her car down there? Leon is like, she needs to experience the full college life, so therefore let her live on the dorms, okay? Let her live on campus, and no, she's not taking her car. I mean, if she paying the payments on there, yeah, take your car. But bitch, if the mama's or daddy is paying it, I can see where he coming from. But see, I just love their relationship, and every time they come on scene, it's always a good look, a homie feeling or whatever. Then we get this scene with Kandi and Todd. They're meeting up with Ron and Shamari. Okay, so we got to look couples dates, and of course these two already knew each other, so therefore it's a little bit more authentic, even though they putting on for the cameras, because once again, this whole, you know, this is why I couldn't be in a reality show. For the simple fact that something will happen and then you have to wait days later to get on film to start talking about it, knowing damn well in real life, if something went down and you my homegirl, we on the phone that night talking about the shit like, bitch, did you see what happened? Bitch, I can't believe this hoe, okay? It ain't no sitting around the table a few days later or the next day to talk about the stuff. No, bitch, we talking about it at that minute. Bitch, we texted each other right then and there like, bitch, do you see this shit? Okay, that's what it is. But, for the sake of the show, let's just keep it going. So they sitting there, and once again, Shamari brings up the whole thing about the open relationship. And I'm like, why do we care? Okay, you had an open relationship. This is 2018. People have open relationships. People have polyamorous relationships, monogamous relationships. People just have their whole seasons and stuff like that. People fuck girls. People fuck, well, I should say people fuck men, people fuck women, okay? Because that's a whole nother connotation when you put girls and boys. Ain't nobody trying to go there, okay? But y'all know what I mean. People do a whole lot of things that's consensual, you know what I'm saying, in type of relationship. Sexuality is fucking fluid. So what is the big deal about this? So she brings it up and we get some more details about this whole open relationship, how, Kandi used to think that she was out here cheating, and come to find out, she just had an open relationship, and at one point Shamari said she was getting more so involved with the female. Okay. And so, they was asking if and she said she found out about one of the chicks that he was cheating around her with. And she said, bitch, why don't we just go ahead and have a threesome? Okay. And I was with Todd. I was with Todd and Kandi on this point when, she said when it becomes some like the freak stuff that happened, and when it comes to sexuality and stuff and the freak numbers and stuff like that, freaky shit, they look at Kandi all the time. Todd, like, they were so ooh and ah when we found out that they had a threesome before, and it's like, okay, and so what? Look at my lips. Okay. Cause it was getting on my nerves. It was getting on my nerves. Okay. And I was like, exactly. It's whatever. Okay. If that's what a couple wants to do and they both want to do it, fine, let them do it. Okay. Oh my God. I said y'all asses live in fucking Atlanta. Everything go down in there. Moving on from that. They was talking about that, and she was getting feelings a little bit, so she had to break the shit off. Ron said he was getting feelings, but then he kind of backtracked and said no, it was more so, it was just about the sex shit. That's what it was. they started talking about that whole thing. I said, okay, can we put the open relationship to bed? We got it. We got it. Okay. You like girls, you like dudes. He didn't want you to fuck around with no dudes. You cut the shit off because you was getting a little bit too involved. You wanted a threesome. He said, no, it is what it is. Okay. Y'all back together like somewhat like this, that's what y'all trying to make it seem. Y'all not like this, but y'all like, this and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so then, Kandi started talking about the whole thing because they haven't spoke to anybody since the baby Q. And she was like, well, girl, I went out with the other girls and I had a meeting in a little meetup with Porsha. It didn't really go too well because I was talking about how I knew of her dude. She was like, the hot dog guy? Yeah, the hot dog guy, girl. She was out here. I'm just telling her that the dude, have a history of putting bitch's name on him or whatever within the last year and a half or two. And at the same time, I'm sitting here like, even though that's a little much for me, that still ain't no deal breaker to be like you making it sound like the man is a bad guy, okay? Oh, he put some bitch name tattooed on him. So the fuck what? Is he out here fucking him currently while he's in a relationship with Porsha? No. So get over it. And she was like, I'm trying to make it so that, because me and Porsha said that we was going to give this a try and I want to be cool with Porsha, but, this whole thing lingering, I'm not saying that he's a bad guy, but I'm pretty sure he don't fuck with me right now. I won't fuck with you either. Because, girl, what you doing? Mind your business. Quit bringing up Porsha, okay? Every time she brings up Porsha, it's not about, oh, we trying to work on this relationship. It's about her man. Why do you care so much? So you got Eva out there doing cake tasting. You got Leon and Cynthia in the car with Noelle. I guess they're about to drop her off or whatever. And then we have Nene going over to Tanya's house, okay? And when Tanya stepped up on that porch, all I can think about, I know y'all, if you be on the shade room, they posted a surveillance video of Porsha porch. Okay, she finally got that big rug or whatever, a bigger placemat. Some nigga came up on her porch and just stole her shit off her porch. Like, a rug, bitch. You want the rug? But okay. But anyway, they go in the house and they just talking and basically trying to get a feel for Tanya. Was Tanya supposed to have a peach? Somebody explain why she didn't get one. But she's showing Nene around the house and showing her girls' room and all that stuff. And her man is out of town. And, she wanted to know what the girls were saying about her after she left. And she said, girl, ain't nobody say shit. But they were trying to wonder how come y'all was engaged for so long and you ain't been married. It was like they've been together for 7 years. They've been engaged for 3 years. And she was like, we've been building businesses and stuff like that. You just didn't have the time. And, now that people thinking and saying, how come we haven't been engaged? I mean, getting married yet? It's like, now should I just go ahead and hurry up and plan this wedding or whatever? And Nene is like, no, don't do that. You move at your own pace. And I agree with Nene at this point. Even though I would be in a relationship, if I was the type of person that was looking to be married to somebody, it depends on if I truly, 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 truly love that person, how long I'm going to wait for something to happen. But at a certain point, when or if not, you're going to get proposed to. Okay. You know what type of person that you get with and if they're for the marriage or whatever. But like Nene said, there's never really a set time limit as to when you're supposed to propose to somebody, as to when you're supposed to actually get married to somebody. Everybody is different. So, hey, I agree with that. Nene says she's having this couples party again, like she did with the controversial, white girls and their gays, party that she had last season. This season she's gonna have bourbons and boobs, okay, titty city, and she wants everybody to show up. It's gonna be a cute little quaint party, and she invited Tanya to come too. So then we see Porsha. She's in the car. She gets on the phone, talking to her sister Lauren, and basically telling her about this whole thing because she's going to meet up with Kandi. She don't know what this meetup is about because the last time she seen Kandi, it didn't go necessarily as good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good because Kandi was just like, they're in a weird spot right now, and she has some information that she wants to tell her, but it's like, of course she knows that she's not going to want to hear it. So she's just going to see how it goes. And she was, Porsha was telling Lauren about the whole meetup and talking about what Kandi said and all that stuff. And It is what it is. Like, just let it go. I just feel like just let it go. Let the relationship play out the way that it needs to play out. Okay, if it's gonna flounder, it's gonna flounder. Okay, if it's gonna flourish, it's gonna flourish. We don't need all this other stuff, but it makes for good TV drama. So I get why they doing it. And go back to when they was talking about this last week, when the whole drama that was happening after the last week's episode, when Porsha had said that Nene was the one that had told her about the whole thing, what they talked about when they said they weren't gonna tell her about the whole conversation, how she found out. And then Nene and her were going back and forth on the internet, and Porsha was coming out and saying the way that they edited, they made it seem as though she said that she was talking about that conversation and saying that Nene was the one that told her about that whole conversation, and she said that wasn't the case. That was talking about something else, and they edited and put it in. And she was like, bitch, you've been on TV long enough, you should tell when they edited something out. I was like, okay, girl, if that's what you want to say, but it is what it is, it is what it is. Y'all too old to be going back and forth on social media like this, but hey, drama. So, Porsha and Kandi meets up, and basically Porsha is just not here for the fact that Kandi, it's one thing to tell somebody about something that's going on, with their relationship or that they heard and all this stuff. It's another thing to just tell the person that knows the person that knows a person before it gets to that person, and not coming to the person that it's about directly. And that's where Porsha was coming from. Her whole thing was, okay, you found this information, but you went to other people and you told them about it first instead of coming to me, okay, because it's about me. All right, that's how gossip spreads. That's how rumors spread. You know what I'm saying? And Kandi whole thing is, well, I'm just saying that this guy has a couple of other people tattooed on him within a year or so, and that just comes off as if, I don't want you to think that makes it think as if you're probably putting your hopes and, dreams into something that may be serious for you, but probably not that serious for him if he can easily get his other people's names tattooed on him each and every time. And I get where Kandi is coming from. Kandi trying to tell the girl to slow down, but in this moment, it would have worked. Okay, this whole thing wouldn't have been a problem. This whole conversation, this whole girl, your man did this, and I will slow down because he get people name tattooed on him quick. Sometimes they may mean that he ain't really all that serious or whatever. Getting somebody's name tattooed on you is serious, okay? In my opinion, because that is a permanent mark, all right, and it costs money to get that shit taken off, okay? And pain at the same time, going on and coming off. So I don't know too much about the series. It just shows that he falls easily, okay? And my whole thing is, if they were friends, they're not even friends like that. They're at this point co-workers, acquaintances, okay? Associates. They're not friends yet. They're working on trying to become something of friends, something like that. Not even friends, but something to the fact of. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they were friends, this conversation she probably would have heeded the warning. But even though I feel as though, like I said, Kandi just let her deal with her relationship the way that she wants to deal with her relationship. Just like you said, you don't want nobody talking about yours and all this other stuff. As Porsha pointed out, we're not going to do that. So just let it go. Let her do what she going to do. But I understand when she said, I just want you to slow down. She want her to slow down. We all want the bitch to slow down, but it's Porsha. She gonna do what she want to do. Moving on from that, we get another scene with Noelle and Cynthia and Leon. They're having lunch, and he asking about how much the dorms cost. First of all, Noelle was over Cynthia. Cynthia trying to open up, baby, you want me to... She like, goddamn, mama, shit, can I do this? Mama, don't fucking kiss me. You gonna fuck up my makeup. Goddamn, you got lip gloss on you. Shit. Shit. I was like, girl, when they asked for the drinks order, and then she said what she wanted, some leche tea or something, drink, whatever. And Cynthia was like, you don't want no cocktail? I said, Cynthia, what the fuck you doing? Even Leon said, girl, are you really... She said, girl, I'm trying to get her ready for college. This what they gonna be doing in college. I said, you should hope that your child should know better and know to, avoid temptation, you know what I'm saying? Resist temptations and shit like that. And when somebody give you a little peer pressure to drink this and drink that, oh, we finna go out party and all this stuff. Girl, you know you're not 21, you're not supposed to be legally drinking that yet, or whatever. I said, Cynthia, you gonna do this right on TV, okay? And then gonna ask what is the legal drinking age, okay? But it was a cute little moment. I get where she was coming from, because we didn't all. I ain't even finna sit here and act like I waited till 21 to have my first drink, bitch. I was young. Moving on from that, bitch. Bitch, I say the first time I had my first drink when I was like 9 years old or whatever. If you want to qualify, wine coolers or whatever, I used to sip out of my mama wine coolers and shit like that. Okay, it had a little gang of alcohol or whatever in there. The first time I got drunk when I was 16 years old. That's when I discovered the love that I have for vodka. Yes, 16. Moving on from that, so they was talking about the dorms, and she said the dorms cost $5,000 a semester. It's the same amount that the apartment costs. And I think that what it sounds like, she's not trying to get an apartment off campus. If you go to college, in most colleges, they have dorm rooms that's on the campuses, and they also have apartments that's connected with the college university too, and so you can live off campus or you still technically on campus because it's still the college property, you know what I'm saying? So the apartment, she either wants that one or they want the, she's saying that it's 10 minutes away from the campus, that the actual campus where the school is at. The classroom, I should say, is at. Leon was like, is it 10-minute walk or a 10-minute drive? And she was like, he was like, you don't even know I can see. I can just see because I know you like the back of my hand, girl. Okay. She was like, I can get a Vespa. Okay. Mind you, Cynthia said she can bike. She don't bike. I said that was a good idea. Then what's wrong with that? That's exercise, and that's all of that, all in one. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was logical. Get a little bike. They do that. What's wrong with that? Or just get your little power walk on. Okay, it is what it is. Their little scenes was always cute, and asking her the actual question of how do you feel about leaving, and she was saying, she's a little bit nervous because you could talk to people and all you hearing it doesn't really prepare you, even hearing stories, because people are telling you their experience and you don't know until you actually go and experience for yourself. So, Noelle, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So we see, Greg and Nene show up to Chateau Elon, okay, and they're getting ready for the Boobs and Bourbon, party. Let me tell you something, Nene, you did right this time. Don't put that shit up in your house. She said after last year, ain't nobody else coming to my house, okay? First of all, I'm not finna clean this shit up, all right? Second of all, y'all not finna fuck my shit up, okay? So, she did right this time. Greg, it was really nice to see Greg having a good time. Every time we see him, we try to see him, he's getting bad news a little bit and he's a little down or whatever. He's joking. He's making it rain with the rose petals and he's sticking. Bitch, he made me nervous when he stuck that thing up his nose, okay? Because let me tell you something. When I was younger, my little sister stuck a bead up her nose and that bitch got stuck, okay? And my mama wasn't home. I was supposed to be watching her, okay? I had to go find my granddad. He had to come over and he had to get Twizzlers and tweezers and take it out for me because it got stuck up there. Girl, I thought we was about to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he made me nervous right there. But it was really nice to see him in high spirits, whatever. And so as the night goes on, it's time for the Boobs and Bourbon thing to happen. Cynthia shows up. With some guy. I said, bitch, that ain't how Markeel look. And I ain't seen him that much, but I know he look a little different. He look a little weird. Oh, that ain't him. Cynthia said Mark couldn't come. He couldn't come. He not there. Noelle, Leon was only in town for Noelle, so it would have been a little bit weird if Noelle, Leon would have showed up. And so she brought her friend Marcus. I said, oh, okay, if you could. Then Tanya showed up, okay. And then who else showed up? Kandi showed up. Boobs was just out to the max, and it is what it is. Tanya showed up with Paul. Okay, Paul showed up. And then Nene shows up, and she's of course loud and with it and inviting everybody and saying what's up and how you doing. Shake your titty, shake your titty. Shout out to Bonnie Blue. Moving on from that, then we get Nene's friend Yavanna. She shows up. Now they were already giving them samples of wines and stuff like that. She just automatically start drinking them all up, okay? And I'm just looking like, all right. And then who else shows up? Shamari and Ron shows up. And then Eva, they go to sit down. Eva and her fiance shows up, Michael. I was a little bit confused as to what it was that Eva was trying to pull out. Marlo showed up with a little white boy, okay? And not necessarily an older white man like we're used to seeing her with, okay? And so Ty was just sitting there, and was he talking to Ron? Ron said, "What you doing?" He was like, "I'm just observing, I'm just observing, okay?" And so when Eva came in, it looked like, don't put that on again, Eva, okay? Because it made you look like, that outfit was for somebody with smaller upper boots that needed a lift, okay? And it just made it look like you had pecs instead of tits. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what was going on with it. It just made your upper body look really, really weird, okay? Weird as fuck, all right? No shade, no shade. I'm just saying, I know I'm not the only one who saw that, okay? I caught that, right? Am I the only one? But anyway, and I'm not even trying to talk, but I'm just saying, it just looked weird. And then she goes around and she's saying hello to everybody. And she said hello to Yvonne in a way that Yvonne looked at her like, like I said, and then started drinking. I said, girl, you just pissed off already because everybody else at this table got titties and you don't. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. Plus, you drinking alcohol. And I said, Nene, you got to stop bringing these strays, okay? You got to stop bringing these strays to the girls' meeting, okay? This is not the time nor the place to bring a new bitch. Alcohol involved right there? No, girl. And she a customer at Swag and all that stuff? Girl, And then they was waiting on Eva and not Eva, Dennis and Porsha. And it was like he already know how about the whole situation. So hey, we already can figure out how you feel about Kandi. That's what they were saying or whatever. But I said, So everybody about to meet Mr. Dennis. Is you prepared? So everybody goes sit down. Everybody having a good time. Dennis comes up there. He got on his green suit. And Porsha comes in. She got on this black dress with her red hair or whatever. She says hi to basically everybody. I don't think she showed them coming over there to Shamari. But Shamari made a point to put out there saying, did she say hi to us? Did she come over here to say us? Did she not see us? And it was like, here she come in with her red wig. And Dennis come in with his green suit looking like a little leprechaun. It's supposed to be Boobs and Bourbon, not leprechaun and the luck of the Irish and all this stuff. I said, girl, stop playing. Stop playing. Even though Dennis did look like he was supposed to be at the Kentucky Derby and not at this place. But, we're not going to go there. He tried. But, Dennis was going around saying hi to everybody, giving everybody hugs and daps and all that stuff. And Kandi was looking like, is he plotting or whatever he doing? He got some girls in the parking lot finna come jump my ass or whatever. I said, see, when you do shit that you ain't supposed to be doing, you ain't gotta, you gotta look over your shoulder. You just don't know what's gonna be happening, okay? But moving on from that, they sitting down. Nene want to talk about how everybody first met. We already know the whole thing about Nene and how she met Greg and all that stuff. That girl kept going on and on and on and on. Kandi was like, just say you met at a strip club, 6 months later y'all got married and now y'all here. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. And then they didn't do Cynthia because, she was there with Marcus. They did Dennis and basically saying he saw her one time out before she dissed him. He saw her 2 years later in this club, and then that's how they got together, whatever. She was like, plus he got tattoos. I like him when he be dressed down in his t-shirts and he had on some cute little shorts or whatever. And then Kandi made me laugh. No doubt, I ain't gonna lie. She said, yeah, them tattoos was speaking to you. Was calling out another bitch name. That shit did make me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it made me laugh. But they was like, Marlo, why don't you get to you or whatever? And it was like, I'll pass. I said, bitch. They talked about Eva. And see, did you catch the exchange that would happen when Michael and Dennis, and Michael was saying when he was running for mayor, a lot of small businesses and stuff kind of, stepped away from him. But Dennis was the one that stuck by his side and kept giving him business and support and stuff like that. So that's why he will always be, supportive and cool with him. I was like, that's nice. Black people got to support black. You know what I'm saying? We got to support each other. If ain't nobody else going to do it, we got to do it. Moving on from that, they started talking about Eva and then, okay, whatever. And then they started talking about Ivana. Ivana was like, they was like, what's going on with you, girl? And she was like, before they get to Ivana, Nene interrupted and said, I just want to let everybody know we got the AU going on up in here, the AU center, whatever. We got Michael and so. They went to Moore House, and this person went to Morris Brown. And then Eva and Ivana also went to Clark Atlanta University. Bitch, Clark Atlanta University is supposed to be my university, but that's my one. It's a sore spot. It's a sore spot. Moving on from that, bitch. It's a sore spot. It just took me there. It just took me there. It just took me there. And so at this point, you know, it was like Kenny was like, did y'all go to the same graduate at the same time? Was y'all there at the same time? And Eva was like, girl, no. She was like, yes, we were. Yes, we were. Mind you, at this point in time, Ivana is fucking trashed, okay? And it was like, wait a minute, how you know that? How? Oh, she was like, you actually know one of my best friends, my BFF, Tiffany. What Tiffany? Tiffany Robertson. Oh, you do? She's in my wedding. She's my good girlfriend. And they was like, wait a minute. So how is it that y'all don't know each other? And she was like, let me explain. She was like, the problem is, wait a minute, it's a problem. She was like, what problem? Kandi, what's going on? Would you let me fucking get out what I have to fucking say? I said, girl, this bitch just came out her neck and everybody just sitting here looking like, and the husband is just like this the whole time. I was like, you got some nerves going on, mama. You need to calm the fuck down, okay? Take the liquor away. And she goes in talking about something. You do know me. She was like, my problem is when you came up in here, you said, hey, pleasure to meet you, as if we never met before. She was like, I don't remember meeting you, so of course we haven't. And it was like, yes, we did. I went to Clark Atlanta. I was that bitch at Clark Atlanta. I was Ivana at Clark Atlanta. That bitch. Everybody was like, well, bitch, you obviously wasn't that bitch if we don't know you. Okay? Nene had to break this shit up, all right, because this bitch could have went on and took it somewhere else. I said, Nene, to keep the hood rats. You know, that was hood rat material right there. At this point, Greg get up and Nene was basically like, you know, Greg like couples trips and whatever, and so they're gonna go on a couples trip. Whoop-de-whoop. So it's Porsha and Dennis' little scene ending the episode. You know, we saw the preview. You know, he comes downstairs, it's his birthday or whatever. He gets her little locket. Oh, babe, just like my baby Dennis to give me something on his birthday. But that's just like how he is. Okay, whatever. And so he did say, what is it that you drinking? Because your stuff look a little different. She was like, I'm drinking a different kind of champagne just like you. Okay, fine. So they sit down. She giving the gifts. First of all, they talked about what happened and how, you know, he cool with, he like Marlo. He okay with Michael. He did go over there and say what's up to Todd and Kandi and all that stuff. And it was like, you know, talked about the whole thing when they had something to say. She was like, well, what is Todd giving his wife? Okay, you giving her Movado and all that stuff. We 40 years old. What we doing these days? Okay, she was like, everybody got a pass, and I know some people who know Kandi and knew her back in the day too, so she got a pass as well. I was like, all right, you know, let that shit go. Don't talk no more about this. Don't go too deep, you know. And so at this point, it's time to open up the gifts, and this is when Porsha pops out the baby shoes and the onesie, and then he couldn't get it. It wasn't clicking right then and there until she said, "I'm pregnant." He was like, "Oh, okay, okay." Now I was like, maybe he really is into her because at first, that's they really good acting, you know. But he was happy for it, and he was crying too. I was like, oh, okay. But that was the episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.